What? Another review already? Yes, I know this figure has already been out. I just got this guy in today. It feels like whenever I order hot toys, they come in hot. I'm starting to get a bunch now. So here he is, the Hot Toys Justice League Batman Tactical version. This is the non-exclusive version, so it won't have the mother box, but that's okay, because I won't really have a lot of the other DC characters anyway. So just a quick look at the box. It's pretty standard, nothing too fancy, but it's nice and clean. I like that. I like the subtle Justice League Batman font right on the side, or sorry, right in the front. And then you have Batman on the side. It's got a little bit of texture into it. Nothing crazy there. And then on the back, you've got the "You Can't Save the World Alone" slogan. Emphasis on the bat symbol right there, and then a bunch of text. Similar thing on the other side, Batman symbol on the bottom there, and that's about it. So let's see this figure itself. And here he is. I'm quite far away from the figure, so from my perspective, this guy has quite a presence to him. He's large, fairly large. I mean, Batman was bulky in the movies, so this figure is equally bulky. There's a lot of details to go over, so we're going to start with quite a few accessories that he came with. Quick note, I apologize if you hear some music bleeding through in the background. My wife is downstairs singing Disney music right now, so that may come through, but she has a beautiful voice, so hey, perks for us. Anyhow, here are the accessories that come with Tactical Batman from Justice League. Some of the accessories are similar to the Batman v Superman Batman, if you have that figure. The grapple gun in particular, pretty sure this is identical. I had to double check. I haven't looked at my accessories from the BVS version as of late, but it's very nice. It's sculpted well. There's a slot right here where you could put in the grapple hooks. It's all plastic, so no, this isn't die cast, this little metal bit right here, but as you can see, some very intricate details in there. The wood looks really good. If you can see, it does have like that wood grain, so very nice. And then, as I said, it does have some grapple hooks, so you have this version right here as if he's shooting it straight out. And then you just slide it through this right here, and it gets nice and snug. And there you go, a little action pose if you want to shoot that out. Pull that right out, all well and good. Then you've got this version where it's mid shooting out. So same thing, looks nice. If you want to do some action poses, some photography, there you go. And then you've got the kind that it's just a hook straight up, so I think you just should be able to just slide in there. I can see. No, it's snug. That's good. All right, so snug's in there. These are also designed to essentially attach the side here. Oh, there you go. So you slide it right in. Boom, easy enough. And you have a second one here. So same thing. You should be able to just slide this in. There you go, but I feel like it's kind of loose. Yeah, all right, so these pop right off. So yeah, I probably won't do that. Keep that in mind. Yeah, these are really tiny pieces, so you don't want to lose those. Sorry if the focus keeps going in and out. My focus is very shallow. But the hooks themselves, I mean, it kind of looks like just a bunch of blobby plastic, but it's supposed to look like the hooks are bent in. So they're good. They're nice. Not too sharp. That's cool. All right. When I first, let's jump to this. So you have like another grapple gun. I'm trying to remember him using this one. I don't know if he used this in the beginning of the movie. Sorry, it's been a little while since I've watched it, but this might be the one he uses in the beginning when he's fighting that parademon. I think I like this one a little bit more. I like the tactical look. I think it matches this Batman a little bit better. But it does not have a slot for the hooks, and with the square look, that's what kind of tells me it might have been that net that shoots out. But again, I'd have to confirm that by watching, or hey, you could tell me. Anyhow, when I first saw these, I was like, what the hell are these? And pretty sure these are just the bombs that he throws. You have 3 of them. don't know. I mean, it's an interesting accessory to give. I haven't looked at the hands to see, maybe, I guess you could hold them. That's weird. Weird to me, holding these bombs. That's I don't know. I mean, it's cool that they add it. You know, sometimes we complain that Hot Toys doesn't give us enough accessories on certain figures. So there you go. No more complaining. We've got some bombs. So 3 of those. Whoops. And then we have 3 batarangs. These I like a lot. I like that they have, it's like a splattering effect to give it some weathering on the metal, so it doesn't look like just some clean steel. Looks like they've been used a little bit. These are very nice. These are I'm pretty sure, well, I did look again to see if these are identical to the ones with the BVS. There might have been a little bit of a different design here, but again, sorry, I haven't compared them just yet, but I will. I'll look at those. So you got 3 of those, and then you have, I think this might be my favorite. Oh, there goes a bomb. Caught it. I like these a lot. You know, when I first saw the previews, I wasn't sure how I felt about these bat goggles, but I think when he puts them on, it's a nice look. It's different, so I like those a lot. It's a little bit transparent, so, you know, you might be able to see his eyes under certain lighting conditions, maybe. It's Bruce Wayne, so these must be Oakley or Spy or some other expensive goggles. So you got 2 of them. One to rest on his head, and then one to put on him. So we'll look at those 2, but detail is really nice. Yeah, it looks really good. They're pretty pliable, but I can tell if I try to bend it too much, these will snap. So I'm not going to mess around too much with that. We've got technically 3 mouth plates. There's the one on him, and then you got these 2. I feel like these are all pretty now similar to, don't know why I did that, to the Batmans. You got like a grimacing look, you know, fighting style, almost like he's gonna grimace, and then his calm look, which is currently on the figure. These are magnetic, so I like that a lot. I like that you can just pop those on, which we'll take a look at that. So solid Ben Affleck lips, chin combo. You got 2 little eye plates. So one looking to the side. Again, sorry about my focus, not the right lens for this. And then you've got another one looking, I guess, also to this other side. Maybe up, slightly up. Yeah, all right. So you got some options right there if you want to change his look. And then you've got a few sets of hands. You guys relax hand. These, I believe, are identical to the BVS Batman, but nice detail. It's pliable rubber, so as far as, you know, if you want to put some accessories on them, it shouldn't be too hard. You've got these batarang holding hands. Yeah, you got a couple of those. Actually, you got, sorry, one of those. You got a couple of the relaxed hands. And then you've got, you know, his grapple gun holding hand, 2 of them. So these are identical, but 2 different hands. So yeah, you could do dual wielding grapple gun action. And then you have this awesome base. Really cool. Even on the bottom side, I like that it still has a sort of industrial look to match the overall vibe of this. Justice League popping out, that's really cool, 3-dimensional. It says Batman Tactical Bat Suit on the front, and then it's even got, you know, not quite sandpapery, but it's got some grip to it. The only thing is, this stand is huge. If you could see it in my hands, it's quite large. You know, for people who have space and who are going to get the whole collection, I'm sure this will look awesome when you line them all up. But for your typical person who's using Detolfs, this is going to take up a lot of space. And yeah, again, it's cool that Hot Toys gives us these, but a lot of times I wish they just gave us the standard base, or, you know, at least gave us both bases so we had the choice. So at this point, I don't know if I'm going to be using this base. I really want to because it's cool, but it even adds a fair bit of height. So for your standard shelving, this now might be too tall, and you gotta figure that out, or get some space.
But yeah,
but
really cool base.
Regardless,
Really nice.
Here it is.
Overall.
So back to Batman himself. When I took him out of the box, honestly, I wasn't 100% sure how I felt about him. I think he's really great looking. I think he's a solid figure. I mean, he represents the tactical version of Batman on screen almost perfectly in my mind. These Batflick figures are really, really great looking. Some of the best figures that I have seen as far as, you know, actually looking like Ben Affleck and recreating his suit. I think what stood out to me though is that, you know, maybe since I have the BVS Batman version, this one didn't quite have the, I don't know, same intensity as that original Batman figure does. But that said, I don't think that takes away from this version. It's just coming from a comparative point of view. That's kind of what stood out to me. But I want to move on for a little bit and talk about this version himself, because it's only fair. First of all, the detail on this figure is undeniably amazing. It's not die cast, it's not any type of metal, it's actually just plastic. In fact, some of the parts are more of a rubbery, pliable material, which is good for posing's sake, because it makes it a little bit more articulated. And I don't usually show articulation, but I think I will on this one because it's worth noting. But again, going back to the detail on what would be the metal parts of him, it's all great. There's scratches and there's weathering, and it looks like he's been through some battles, which is funny because, you know, in Justice League this is the first time we see him use this armor, but I guess he's used it in the past, because look at all this battle damage stuff going on, and someone's been scraping at him. I don't know if it's Catwoman or I don't know, Deathstroke, anyone else. That said, so if you look at the arm here, the arm is actually, it's separate. It's not attached to him. The chest pieces, it's slightly detached, but it's mostly, I think there's so much going on here that it's essentially one solid piece to him. You're not going to be floating this around. But this one, you can see I can float that around a little bit. So as far as the arm goes, I can rotate it in and out, and this piece can basically just sort of mold to whatever position I want to put it in. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. Also, just the gold trim right now, really striking. I think that adds a lot. Even there's these straps right here, which it's rubbery. I was gonna say, I couldn't tell if it almost had a leathery feel to it, but it's more rubber. But I do like the buckles right here, the gold buckles, even on the side on the arm. Looks really, really nice. It's great. Again, the detail here is really fantastic. It's the same thing on the legs. You have a slightly floating pieces here. They're mostly attached because they're essentially attached to multiple parts right here with the straps. So you can't rotate it too much, but it is separate. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna break this crotch grabber. There we go. So I'm gonna spread his legs out so he doesn't do that. But let's see, his feet, oh yeah, separate foot piece, so he's got a lot of articulation, ankle pivot. Yeah, you can bend it down, up, lots of room for posing, which again, I'll go over some more of that articulation. So yeah, really, really nice. The belt itself can also rotate around, it's separate. I don't think you can detach it. Not that you would want to, unless you want to customize them up. So yeah, and the gold matches the buckles, so looks really good. This cape is really interesting. I don't know what the material is exactly, but I dig it. It's actually pretty soft. In the end, it's really like soft, almost. It's not even pleathery. It's not even leathery. It's almost just, I don't know. Again, I don't know what this is, but it's textured. But it's not like, I don't know. I'm trying to explain this, and obviously I'm doing a terrible job. It's a little bit thicker right here, where it falls along over his shoulders. It's like Oh, I don't want to do that. Yep. It's like stuck together. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to peel that off. You can see it's all stuck. I'm gonna not mess with that. It's not weathered at the bottom, but it is tattered, as you can see. So you know it's been through some stuff, but yeah, no weathering. But overall, it's a very interesting cape. Again, I do like it a lot. I do really like that the way it falls over his shoulders. I realize that I am a big advocate for if there's capes or shawls or whatever, that I like it when they fall naturally. I think most people do. So that's cool. It's not wired at all, but as you can see, if I unfold it, that looks ridiculous. But I guess if I mess around, I could do something with that. But I'm guessing I'm gonna maintain this natural droop over his shoulder look. That's really nice. And it just touches the ground, as you can see. So it's not too long. It's good length. It's a good length. I think this is great. I wasn't sure if I was gonna need a custom cape, but I think I'm good with this. Yeah, it's really, it's nice. I don't know what else to say about it. So I know another big question is, does he still have the bat flick butt? And yes. Now, does it look like Ben Affleck? I would argue, yes, it does. I don't think it looks quite as Ben Affleck-y as the BVS Batman does, but I'm sure it's strictly because of this suit and the new tailoring of the cowl. It's a different fit. It's trimmer. It's not as bulky, and I think it just, you know, with the eyes, it doesn't quite look as Ben Affleck to me as that first one did, but he's definitely still there. His mouth still looks like Ben Affleck. Overall, yeah, I mean, it still looks. It's a great sculpt, especially in person. No complaints at all about this cowl. I do like all the textured detail on it. You know, these are a lot of times with Hot Toys. These are things I don't notice from the film that obviously they add to the figure itself. So that's really nice. I guess he had those lines, and I didn't. You know, it's hard to notice it in the movie. And then even the side. All this little detail, I don't know what all this is. I guess it's just variations of armor. Even the back looks really nice. Again, more armor plating of some sort. Maybe it's all plastic, hard plastic, but it's solid. The profile, I think, looks even more like Ben Affleck to me. It's just the front. Again, it looks like Ben Affleck, but it's not as bulky. And I think I do like that bulky neck that the BVS one had more than this, but you know, pardon my own personal opinions here. It's all my own personal opinion in the end, but yeah. So these sockets right here are where we can add the goggles. So right here, if I'm gonna use my nails, grow some nails, guys. I'm gonna take off one, take off two. I'm trying not to damage this. Yeah, there we go. So take your time with this. I'm obviously not taking my time as much. And we have two, again, different goggles. They sit not how you'd expect, like that, not over the ear. It's rather like this. So so these are the ones that will just sort of mount on top of his head. Come on, buddy. There we go. Push those in, and you've got this cool look of him pre-putting his goggles down. That's really nice. I love the addition of the goggles. Again, I didn't think I would as much as I do, but that's cool looking. This looks a little bit, I don't know, a little more bro-y to me. I'm gonna try putting the actual goggles on his face. So let's see. Here we go. Yeah, that's cool. That's sharp. That's very nice. I'll probably be displaying them like this because again, this is, this suit is different than your typical Batman suits, and I think the goggles just add an extra layer of individualism, if you will. So that's very nice. It sits in there solid. I might just leave it on here for now. That's cool. Mouth plates. Let's see. Okay, these are magnetic. This is my first time attempting this. Oh dear Lord. Oh. Okay, I'm trying the same technique where I just kind of, again, there's my nails. Oh, I'm gonna shut the camera and do this more carefully. All right. So off camera it was much easier to do. So this is just a magnet right there. So again, you've got the magnet on the plates. I should be able to just pop that in there. Wow, look how easy that was. That's awesome. Very cool. These mouth plates are fantastic. Look at the detail on the teeth. I always like the teeth on these Hot Toys figures. I think that just so much detail in teeth that Hot Toys pulls it off. They nail it, and it just adds so much more to the figures. So this looks uber cool. I like that. Even the stubble, man. Yep, very nice. So like I mentioned earlier, I wanted to do a little bit of an articulation demonstration because I played with this figure and I was pleasantly surprised with how much articulation he had. Even despite, him being armored-ish, I think they did a great job, Hot Toys that is, with sculpting these pieces so that he still had full range. So his arms, I mean, I could spread it all the way out. You get a little bit of bunching on the undersuit right here, but that's very nice. I can go 90 degrees on the arms. Super cool. The leg, even, look at that. That's great. I could do splits almost. I can go forward. Yeah. As far as getting him into action poses, you're not going to have a problem doing that. I can bend the arms in. And again, since these are floating armored pieces, I can kind of mold these a little bit to suit my needs. So very happy with that aspect of the suit. Was not expecting that much articulation. So good on you, Hot Toys. Real quick, I actually dropped one of the accessories on the floor because I'm a mess. But you've also got an open grapple. I knew this was somewhere. So there you go. One more accessories for you. All right, so BVS Batman next to the Tactical Batman. The BVS Batman is a little bit slouched over, excuse me. So he looks shorter, but they're about the same height if I stood him up. They're both really, really great figures. I think personally, I still prefer the BVS Batman. I just love how much more brooding he looks. He looks like he's pissed off. With the way the cowl is molded, he just looks scarier to me. This Batman, really, really nice. He just looks, like he's nicer. Like he works in it with a team. So it's all preference. I have them both, so that's really nice. If I had to choose between one of these, if you only had money for one, although this one you're gonna probably definitely pay more nowadays, I would personally go for this one. I think this is more of an iconic look, a little bit more comic-y. This one, again, he's great. So many great details. He's wonderful. He's molded and sculpted really great. Paint's really great. But this one, it's not that old, but he still, I think, holds up very, very well compared to this one, or alongside this one, I should say. They both had their faults. This one, the cape was awful. So this is a custom cape, if you watched my my little tour of figures. And then this one, I like the cape more. Yeah, it's hard to say, really. It's all dependent on you. But yeah, this is my favorite one. If you can get your hands on this one, for the money, I think he's definitely worth it. If you're looking for a Batman, I think I like him. I'm trying to say if I like him more than the armored version. That's hard to say too. I love how articulated he is. I mean, he's very different. So they're both very different. Man, I know I'm just rambling on now because these Batflick figures are really great. So if I could have them all, that'd be awesome. But again, I'm running out of space. So I'm gonna let you guys decide on which you like more. You know, he's a bulkier, he's just more beast looking. Yeah, well, either way, guys, you can't go wrong. Thanks for watching my review. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see y'all later. Bye.